History of alien encounters. Mysterious lights, sinister sources, alien abductions between 1947 and 1969, at the height of the Cold War, more than 12,000 UFO sightings were reported to Project Blue Book, a small, top-secret Air Force team. Their mission? To scientifically investigate the incidents and determine whether any posed a national security threat. Here are some of their most fascinating cases, along with other seminal UFO sightings. Stealth aviation. Obsessive security. Clandestine A-bombs. How much do you know about the real history of Area 51 ? Click your answers to reveal the redacted secrets and the related photo. On the afternoon of June 24, 1947, amateur aviator Kenneth Arnold was flying near Mount Rainier, Washington, when he suddenly spotted 9 unusual objects on the horizon. Arnold claimed the craft flitted from side to side and flipped in unison like the tail of a Chinese kite, and he estimated they were moving at around 1,700 miles per hour, far faster than any known aircraft. He initially assumed the physics-defying objects must be secret military vehicles, but he later admitted, "The incident was as much a mystery to me as it is to everybody else." Arnold's extraordinary story soon found its way into newspapers across the country, and reporters pounced on his description of the objects as moving like a saucer if you skip it across water. Within days, the term flying saucer was born. Coupled with the famed July 1947 incident at Roswell, New Mexico, when the Air Force claimed a military weather balloon was mistaken for an alien spacecraft, Arnold's encounter helped spark a wave of flying saucer sightings across the United States. The military brushed aside most of these close encounters as misidentifications or mere hokum, but a few reports came from air traffic controllers and commercial pilots, people trained to search the skies with a discerning eye. The hysteria also dovetailed with the beginning of the Cold War, leading many to speculate that the mysterious sightings might be hostile Soviet aircraft. In June 1947, while flying his small plane, businessman and civilian pilot Kenneth Arnold reported seeing 9 objects moving at high speeds through the skies over Washington's Mount Rainier. Widely publicized reports of Arnold's experience, followed by an increasing number of reported UFO sightings, led the U.S. Air Force to begin an investigation into the sightings, called Operation Sign, in 1948. The initial investigation resulted in the formation of Project Blue Book in 1952. That project became the longest running of the U.S. government's official inquiries into UFO sightings, compiling reports on more than 12,000 sightings or related events from 1952 to its dismantling in 1969. When the U.S. government tapped the academic to help investigate UFOs, he was initially a skeptic. But not for long. It's September 1947, and the U.S. Air Force has a problem: a rash of reports about mysterious objects in the skies has the public on edge and the military baffled. The Air Force needs to figure out what's going on, and fast. It launches an investigation it calls Project Sign. By early 1948 the team realizes it needs some outside expertise to sift through the reports it's receiving, specifically an astronomer who can determine which cases are easily explained by astronomical phenomena, such as planets, stars or meteors. For J. Allen Hynek, then the 37-year-old director at Ohio State University's Macmillan Observatory, it would be a classic case of being in the right place at the right time, or, as he may have occasionally lamented, the wrong place at the wrong one. In the annals of American UFO history, few incidents have inspired as much fascination and speculation as the one in Roswell, New Mexico. It began in the summer of 1947, at the dawn of the Cold War, when the U.S. Army Air Forces sent out a shocker of a press release, announcing they'd recovered a flying disc from a ranch near Roswell. More than 70 years later, the incident remains a defining aspect of the area's identity. The town boasts a UFO museum and research center, a flying saucer-inspired McDonald's, alien-themed streetlights, even an extraterrestrial family stranded in a broken-down UFO on the side of State Route 285, looking for a jump start. But behind all the UFO mania lies an uneasy truth: the events that transpired that summer are anything but clear-cut, with admitted cover-ups and conflicting explanations. It was a saucer. It was a spy craft. It was the Soviets. And new ones are still emerging. In 1955, the Central Intelligence Agency, U.S. Air Force and defense contractor Lockheed Martin chose an ultra-remote site in the Mojave Desert of southern Nevada, about 80 miles northwest of Las Vegas, to begin testing and developing the newest, most advanced aircraft in the world at the time. For decades, the Nevada Test and Training Range, better known as Area 51, didn't appear on any public map, and the US government didn't even admit it existed. Thanks to the ironclad security surrounding the site, and the experimental nature of the black aircraft tested there. Rumors of unidentified flying objects, captive aliens and other mysterious activities have swirled around Area 51 ever since the 50s. But even if no alien-made UFOs ever took to the skies over the salt flat known as Groom Lake, we now know, thanks in large part to declassified CIA documents, that a number of highly sophisticated, highly unusual aircraft were developed and tested there. From the U-2 spy planes of the Cold War era to a purely experimental Star Trek-inspired craft from the 1990s, here are 6 of Area 51's most intriguing aircraft. The details are both grisly and strangely surgical, corpses found under the open sky with their eyes plucked out, tongues removed and private parts excised, all extracted with the utmost precision and leaving not a drop of blood. Reports of such unexplained mutilations, carried out on both humans and animals, have baffled investigators for decades, leading to speculation about whether the perpetrators might be otherworldly beings conducting biological experiments on Earth's inhabitants. While scores of reports have emerged from US western and midwestern states detailing mysterious bloodless animal mutilations, human cases have been far less common, and often much sketchier in their documentation. Read more, How Betty and Barney Hill's alien abduction story defined the genre. One of the most shocking cases, the Lovett Cunningham incident, involves an American Air Force sergeant allegedly abducted by a saucer-like aircraft, after which his cleanly mutilated body was found in the New Mexico desert. In ufology circles, reports have circulated that the case was studied by Project Grudge. Thanks for watching.